On behalf of the whole yeshiva, we would like to make a presentation now. Every single morning by davening, there's somebody who comes to the prayers a half hour or so before his job, and he sits in the prayer room by the davening and is praying for his family, for himself, and praying for us, his family in the yeshiva. I want to speak for a few minutes about Nurse Ralph. I thank him for being here. Nurse Ralph fits us and we fit him. His love and kindness. On interviews to the yeshiva, I have brought people a number of times. Let's go to Nurse Ralph. Let's feel the love that exists in that room. I want to share a story that happened with a bacher, a true story. A bacher was having a panic attack. I brought him to Nurse Ralph. He's a person of love. Nurse Ralph says to the bacher, he's talking to him, and he said, God will help you. The bacher snaps out of it, out of his panic attack, and says, you don't believe in God. So Nurse Ralph, with his beautiful, kind eyes, looks back at him, says, of course I do. So the bacher pauses, says, but one second, it's not our God. And Nurse Ralph answers him softly and kindly, there is only one God. I'll just say that the panic attack ended. It's a true story. And the panic attack basically ended at that point. I want to say that he's a person of incredible kindness. I appreciate him as a friend. He's somebody, the greetings I get, I don't want to say your children. The greetings that he gives, love is not something you hand out to somebody. The reason this is a place of love is the Rebbeim, there's love to each other. There's love all around. And the warmth that Nurse Ralph exudes, the kindness, the niceness. I was once praying, and Nurse Ralph didn't see I was praying and said good morning, and I couldn't answer. I was feeling badly that I didn't answer. He was feeling badly that I disrupt. And neither thing was true. We just like each other. There's friendship. He's a person of friendship. On behalf of all the guys and all the parents of the yeshiva, Nurse Ralph comes early to work every day before he's hired, and he prays. And he says he feels something in the Beis Medrash, as do I. And I wanted, on behalf of the whole yeshiva, I'd like to present Nurse Ralph with a prayer shawl. I'd like to ask him to come up and speak for a few minutes and ask everybody here to join in appreciating and thanking this kind and sweet person.
Okay, can you hear me okay? Yeah. So I am, wow, I'm so moved. I can't tell you. And I look at these guys and they're like my sons. And I hope you don't mind me saying that. God bless you guys. Yeah. And what do I always ask you guys? Full name, date of birth, what is it? They won't do it. Every time they come in the office, as a nurse, I have to ask them, what's your full name and date of birth? I had one of your sons come in and he said, you don't know my name by now? And I had to explain to him it's something we have to do in the medical field, but I've come to know them so well and I love them so much. I do want to just, this is something I have to get off my chest. And I don't want to throw a negative on this beautiful ceremony, but it's something I must say to you. On October 7th, I was working at a part-time job in the summer. I do that to make a little bit of extra money. and I was actually working for a construction company flagging traffic, and I happened to look at my phone and I saw what happened in Israel, the atrocities that happened there. And I was heartbroken, and I couldn't believe it. But at the same time, I thought, I know that our country, and I hope I'm not out of line saying this, but I must. I hope that our country will stand behind Israel and the Jewish community, and I know they will. Right? But we did not. I did. But as a country, we have failed. And as I look at the young people in colleges around the country, and the anti-Semitism that I have seen has made me nauseous and sad and just speechless. So I just want to say to you, well, there's a quote, and it goes like this. One mark of a man's true wisdom is awareness of his ignorance. And for those supporting the terrorism that is happening in Israel, they lack wisdom, they lack compassion, they lack everything that we hold so dear as human beings, and I will pray for them, and I'll pray for their souls. But I will always stand with Israel. I will always stand with the Jewish community, and I will always, always stand with this community here at Yeshiva. Always. Thank you to the parents for supporting my work. It's really who should be thanking you for supporting me, because this is a job unlike any other that I've ever had. So I thank you. A friend of mine called the other day who's a nurse at a psychiatric unit in Hartford, and she said, oh my gosh, I just can't stand this job anymore. It's driving me crazy. How's your job going? I said, it's amazing. I can't wait to go to work. I said, when I get up in the morning, I don't say to my wife, I have to go to work. I say, I get to go to work. It's a big difference. It feels different. I've not felt any deeper love than when I work here with your sons. And there's one thing I do, and as some of the guys know I do it, some may not know, but every time I care for one of your sons, when they leave, I have this ringer. Actually, I got this ringer. I used to work in the prison system with the inmates, and when I left that job, they gave me this, and they would ring the bell before we had our session. So what I do when the boys leave, because when they come, I feel it's a privilege when someone walks in my door, even if it's 5 minutes to 3. Well, maybe not 5 minutes to 3, but I'm teasing. It's always a privilege. So when the boys leave, every time I do this. And then I look up and I say, thank you, Lord, for the privilege. And I say, thank you. Every time. Thank you, rabbis. And thank you all for this wonderful gift. That gift means everything to me. Because just like Hootie, I'm searching at the age of 68, and I could tell you, Hootie Kalish, we all will search until we draw our last breath, and that's what it's all about. I'm still searching, but it means a lot. So thank you to all the rabbis and leaders here at the yeshiva for your support and guidance. Without you, this campus would not exist. The love that you give all of us, is felt every minute of every day. Thank you to all the students for always treating me with love and respect. You've come in and always done that, and I hope that I've doubly given that back to you. If I haven't, tell me and I will try harder. And I want to say congratulations to the graduates on getting through the easiest part of life. It is now your turn to lead the charge and change the world, and God knows that you will do that, and you will do it with great flourish and great success, and I know you will, and I look forward to you leading this world in the right direction. You're going to bring it. And gentlemen, this is for you guys. There's an incessant seeking of the future in order to find happiness and fulfillment. We all do that. You know, what's tomorrow going to bring? The next day, I'm not sure. Many of you say, I'm not sure what I'm doing next year. It doesn't matter. Embrace the present moment, every minute of every day, and you'll see the gifts that God has given you. Enjoy the moment. Don't focus on the low-level stuff. You know, you guys come in, I'll take care of an injury. I did today, I took care of many. These guys play football like the NFL, and they'll come in, and the first thing they'll say to me is, can I go back to the gym? I feel like I want to work out again. Don't worry about any of those things. Bad things are going to happen in the world. They will, and you'll overcome them. But for now, all is well. If you look around, you look at your proud parents, and the proud rabbis, and the proud staff, and me, how proud I am of you. This is a moment I don't want you to forget. I want you to appreciate this very moment. And celebrate the fact that you're not just graduates, you are good, decent human beings who are going to make a difference in the world, and that's what matters also. It's taken me 68 years of my life to realize what's important. And this past January, I found out the hard way. So I'm going to tell you a story of what happened to me in January. None of you know about it, but you will now. And then I know you're going to come in the office and say, tell me more. I play in a band. Actually, I'm a drummer in a band on the weekends. It's called Permission to Fly. And I was on the way to play at a gig, to drum. And I pulled into an ATM near my home, and it was an ATM where you pull into the bank and it's very narrow. I pulled in with my truck, I put it in park, and I put the card into the ATM and I dropped it on the pavement. So I pulled up, I put the truck in park, and I opened the door and I got out to retrieve the card. And as I knelt down to pick the card up, I felt myself thrown to the ground with great force, and I thought that I was being mugged. I was hit so hard. This all happened within a split second. What did happen was the truck was in reverse. It was not in park. So the truck hit me in the chest, the full force of the truck, and then ran over my leg, and then kept on driving without me in it, away from the ATM. I was able to get up and run to the truck and put it in park and stop it. And I did perform at the gig as well. I drummed. And the next day, you know, I'm a nurse, you think I'd know better. I waited till the next day to go to the ER, and I had broken my leg, and I had broken 2 ribs. And it took a long time to heal. But here's what I learned from that. That life is short, it's precious, and you don't know what's coming next. When we walk out of this room, we don't know what's going to happen next. So every morning, in addition to going to the synagogue to pray, this is the prayer that I'm saying, and I hope you don't mind. And I would say to you, please try it. It feels so good. It feels like you've really reached out to God. This is what I say every morning. It's a gratitude of affirmations. Thank you for this new day. I'm filled with happiness and gratitude. I'm grateful for another chance to live. I'm grateful to feel the air in my lungs and the beating of my heart. I'm thankful simply for being alive. Thankfulness, appreciation, and sincere gratitude are part of who I am. I'm grateful for who I am and for what I have and what I have to offer. I invite gratitude into my heart. Today, I will have an attitude with gratitude. Thank you for the blessings this day will bring. And I thank all of you. It's a privilege. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Nurse Ralph. Dvarim hayotzim min halev, words that emanate from the heart, nechnasim el halev. Thank you.